Hello everyone, and welcome to the next edition of Let's Play Skyrim. We have arrived at the city of Whiterun. There's a lot to do here. I'm gonna begin kind of the same way I did in Riverwood, just writ large. I want to get everything there is to get outside in the streets. That's my first goal. Let's see how long that takes. Let's get going. First things first. Let's pickpocket this guard. Ah, see. I told you they sometimes carried amulets of the divines, so he has 3 gold.
You have committed crimes against Skyrim. Keep your hands to yourself.
16 steel arrows. And let's... oh. Looks like I can't hide from him. That 51% still isn't bad odds. So let's get an amulet of Stendar.
By the wood of the Jarl.
Come on, guard. There we go. Pickpocket increased to 64. I needed 3 amulets of Stendar. Now I only need 2. Let's creep here into the sort of gate towers. See if there's anything to see. There isn't. Well, let's go forward and hear our first conversation. That's Adriana Avenici and Idol of Battleborn.
Helgen.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more
Hard to
swords for the
believe, isn't
Imperial
it?
soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
Have it your way. I'll take the job, but don't expect a miracle.
This one just has some steel
What do you
arrows.
think about it?
Alright, they're done. It's nighttime, which is good, because as part of clearing out the exterior, I think I want to go ahead and pick all the locks. Just do that before I do anything else, before I start pickpocketing and clutter up my inventory with keys. So there are 2 guard barracks in town. I call this the gatehouse, or the gate barracks. There's a lavender by the front door. That door never locks. But if we go up to the roof, there should be some searchable barrels, and here they are. Now, if you remember the book A Gentleman's Guide to Whiterun, despite the flavor of looking for the ladies, it gives you a pretty good idea as to Whiterun's layout. So right now we're in the lowest district, the Plains district. So this first building on our right is Adriana and Ulfberg Warbear's smithy, called War Maidens. 2 barrels to search here on the left. We can unlock the front door. Let's do that. Lockpicking goes to 32. Awesome. There's a guard I haven't seen yet, so let's check his pocket. 9 gold, 17 steel arrows.
Stop right.
Come on, Hoss. Just give it up.
You have committed crimes against Sky.
I'm ending up on the wrong end of a 74%
suppose we-
chance. A lot.
And my sword.
It's bizarre.
Dull old blade can barely cut butter.
And then if we go around behind War Maidens, you'll notice something crucial. We finally have access to a full set of smithing equipment, including a smelter. Ore is useful now. That's the bottom line. So if we go around to the back, you can see the city wall here and look out at minimally rendered Skyrim on the outside, because we're actually in a separate cell. As we come around back here, first there's a 3rd barrel, 2 salt piles, and War Maidens has a back door, which we can also unlock. Quickly do that. We'll worry about actually clearing the place out later. Let's go to this house in the back. It's kind of off the main road. This is Olava the Feeble's house. Now let's try unlocking the front door. Just a novice lock.
You're not supposed to be it.
And let's leave. She's got 5 green apples in her barrel. And that seems to be about it. Looking along the wall, there's nothing there. So let's move back toward the road. Check either side of this house. Oh yeah, I remember. Duh. This is Bree's home. You'll notice it requires a key. That's the house that we can buy to live in Whiterun, which we will be doing fairly shortly. Here's a tavern, the Drunken Huntsman. Being a tavern, the doors never lock. So let's just search those 2 barrels. Loop around the joint. There's the second door. And that's it as far as goodies go. Well, let's keep going here on the left side for now. Still in the Plains District, we have Severio Pelagia's house. Remember him? We picked some crops for him out at Pelagia Farm. Let's unlock his door. Lock picking goes to 33. Most excellent. Now let's check back for useful goodies. Or any goodies, really. Or anything might not even necessarily be a goodie. Anything at all. But there's nothing here. Next, we come to what's going to be a pretty big pain in the ass. The market stalls have lots of stuff to clear out, but we have 2 problems. This guy, staring right at him, never moves. Let's get his golden arrows, though.
They're reforming it.
And plenty of guards patrol through here pretty regularly, too.
Might consider joining up myself.
The only thing I found that works for stealing most of this stuff is kinda cheeseball.
Storm cloaks, Imperials, dragons.
It's the old head
No
cover
matter to
trick.
me what I kill. Let them come.
Well, we can take that bucket by the well, no problem. Let's start with this stall, Carlotta Valentia's. Actually, these barrels aren't stealing, which is nice. Let's get up here now. See? One of the people who's wandering, and you can't do anything about them till they all go away. We can take that basket. Let's search this massive guard patrol. We find golden arrows on that dude.
Get away from
At
me.
his store.
Pickpocket to 65. Gold
But he has good stuff.
and arrows on that guy. On this third one, just just arrows. And he lost his head cover. That's okay. We can take that jug, no problem. That's good. Put your head cover back on,
What do you
sir.
mean?
It's the only way I can get this
Disrespect
stuff.
the law and you disrespect me.
Okay, looks like this area is pretty clear now. Alright, let's take these tomatoes. Take the leeks. Crawl up here, take the cabbages. In here we can take the potatoes. Look up. Get 2 elves' ears. Move over here. Get cheese. Cheeses, cast iron pots, baskets and leeks. Look up. 2 garlic braids. 3 garlic braids. Go around behind the stall. There's 1 more elf's ear, which for some reason we are able to just steal. And he's shaking his head cover, and we have 2 more stalls to search.
Circle stones to the southwest. That's Secunda's kiss. The giants hold it sacred. So tread carefully.
This is a Norieth's stall. Leg of goat, meat and dishes mainly. Ah, that's a patroller. See what I mean? The window is small. And there goes his head cover. I'm sorry about doing this. I know this is cheeky, but
I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brewers. Been too long since we've had a good bandit raid.
it's the only thing I've seen that really lets me consistently get this stuff undetected. Good lord, another one? Alright, well, let's look up here, because, yeah, for some reason you can take that bowl. I'm hidden, so I can take that jug. We can search these 3 barrels. They don't have ownership tags. Let's get behind the Norioth stall. Maybe we'll have slightly better luck. Get the meat and the dishes. Let's get the salmon that's hanging up top. The rabbit doesn't count as stealing for whatever reason. That's good news. Put your head cover back on, sir.
Hey, you mix potions, right? Can you brew me an ale?
And let's get the stuff out of this little, I don't know, whatever you call this. We've got people walking out of the inn. Now they can see us, so we have to wait.
You trying to hide?
Oh,
'Cause
just
I can see you.
move the fuck on, Brenowin.
I ain't asking for much, just a few seconds.
Okay. Venison, raw beef, venison, and a basket. Now we move to the valuable spot. Iron mace, goblet, iron dagger, silver necklace, and for some reason, a silver jeweled necklace and a silver ring always fall to the ground, so it's important to find those. Now let's unlock these 2 adept-locked display cases. This is Freya Greymane's jewelry stall. Let's get the other one. Now this is the part where you really have to just cover his head because it's a glitch, because for some reason you just can't lift these out of their display case. I thought he lost his head cover. We've got 1 necklace left to grab
Sir, and spare me a few seconds.
out of that last display case.
You should talk to the Jarl up in Dragon's Reach. Lend any aid you can.
Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Alright, let's go get that last necklace. Check this guy's pockets. Yeah, I think
Thinking of settling in? There's a house for sale, Breeze Hall. You should talk to the steward up in the keep if you're interested.
there. Okay. Stalls are clear, so let's go pick up the head cover, the kettle.
Hold on,
And
Yagi.
let's get back to lockpicking. So you notice several buildings here. This first one on the right is Bellathor's General Goods. So we can get ourselves hidden and pick the lock on the front door.
You're not supposed.
Yep, I know. Now let's check out. Let's go this way. Let's go right around the building and see what we can find. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Vampire attack. Let's see. And this is one of the things I hate. Like, when there's a big group like this, guards will just, like, run in front of your sword. And if you hit one, you know, they don't care. The fact that you're trying to help is irrelevant. You get a bounty, they try to murder you. So what do we find here? 27 gold, 3 lockpick, potion of true shot, vampire dust, vampire boots, vampire robes, iron war axe. Not bad. Now, where was I? The back door of Bellathor's.
I ain't asking for much, just a few seconds.
Okay. Suddenly I have 3 spare lockpicks. Let's break those before I do anything else. Now let's open the back door. Lockpicking goes to 35. We just keep moving. Let's go to this little house behind all the shops next. This is Isolda's house. Let's pick the lock on her door. Only a novice lock, but my pick had taken some damage from the adept lock on Bellathor's. Okay. Work our way left. 5 potatoes in the barrel. Another barrel, 5 carrots, another barrel with a potato, and down here, a strangely hidden chest. 8 gold, I'm gonna leave the torch, take the wooden sword, take the cowhide, take the broom, and take the bear pelt. I need 12 bear pelts now, with that one in hand. As for the cowhide, I'm gonna go to War Maidens and process it into strips. Immediately. So Adrian does have a tanning rack, which is nice. Cowhide turns into 3 leathers, so that'll turn into 12 strips. I needed 45, so the number is down to 33. Very soon, we'll be able to at least start smithing. When I don't have to hoard leather anymore, I can at least make leather bracers.
We need to do something about these vampire attacks.
Alright, let's move to the next shop on the
Look
square.
tired, friend. The bannered mare has beds for rent.
That's Arcadia's Cauldron right here. So let's unlock the front door. I'm assuming we can. I'm in trouble with the adept lock all of a sudden. There we got it. Lockpicking increased to 36. That's good. That's good. Let's move right.
What do you need?
We already did Isolda's house. So right away we find the back door to Arcadia's Cauldron. Let's pick this lock. Alright. Sorry about that, just had to answer somebody right quick. Now let's keep going. Here's a searchable barrel, 3 green apples. The next building on the square is the Bannered Mare. Being a tavern, it's always unlocked. Let's just kind of move around it. You see there are 2 doors here in the front. Moving around back, we find, well, nothing. except a little hidey hole for a homeless child. Very sad. That's Lucia. She's added in by the Hearthfire expansion, and ultimately I'm planning on adopting her. Makes me sad to see kids living in the streets. And back here behind the Bannered Mare, this also never locks, but that's the main guard barracks, as opposed to the gatehouse. So that's it for the Plains District. Let's go up. As you can see, we already have lots of buildings to clear out, but let's go up these stairs now to the Wind District. Start with this little house on the right. There's a lavender. This is Heimskir's house, the famously annoying priest of Talos. And we're here at the right hours. He preaches 19 hours a day, but he does sleep inside his house from midnight to 5 a.m. So we'll just unlock his front door for now. Now up here, let's go ahead and go up here. This is Jorvaskr, the mead hall where we'll come fairly soon in order to join the companions. The doors never lock, and while there are a lot of goodies here in the backyard, right now they have stolen tags, and we'll be able to take them for free as soon as we join the companions. So I'm going to leave this stuff alone right now. And let's head up these stairs. You might remember from the Songs of the Return books, they talked about the fearful monument that the elves were scared of. That's this fellow right here. This is the Skyforge. And we have some stuff over here that's already free to take. Iron helmet, iron shield, iron war axe, iron battle axe, and the Armorer's Challenge. Smithing skill book. Smithing increased to 22. So let me take this off my book list, first of all. And then, if I jump over to my list of free skill boosts, I had 8 left for smithing, so that number drops to 7. I have 3 skill books left to find. The Armorer's Challenge by Mimophanes. 300 years ago, when Kataria became Empress, the first and only Dunmer to rule all of Tamriel, she faced opposition from the Imperial Council. Even after she convinced them that she would be the best regent to rule the Empire while her husband Pelagius sought treatment for his madness, there was still conflict, in particular from the Duke of Vengetto, Thane Minglemire, who took a particular delight in exposing all of the Empress's lack of practical knowledge. In this particular instance, Kataria and the Council were discussing the unrest in Black Marsh and the massacre of Imperial troops outside the village of Armenius. The sodden swampland and the sweltering climate, particular in summertide, would endanger the troops if they wore their usual armor. "I know a very clever armorer," said Kataria. "His name is Hazadir, an Argonian who knows the environments our army will be facing. I knew him in Vivek, where he was a slave to the master armorer there, before he moved to the Imperial City as a freedman. We should have him design armor and weaponry for the campaign." Minglemire gave a short, barking laugh. "She wants a slave to design the armor and weaponry for our troops. Cerolus Sacus is the finest armorer in the Imperial City. Everyone knows that." After much debate, it was finally decided to have both armorers contend for the commission. The council also elected 2 champions of equal power and prowess, Nander Berade and Raphalis Yule, to battle using the arms and armaments of the real competitors in the struggle. Whichever champion won, the armorer who supplied him would earn the Imperial Commission. It was decided that Berade would be outfitted by Hazadir, and Yule by Sacus. The fight was scheduled to commence in 7 days. Cerolus Sacus began work immediately. He would have preferred more time, but he recognized the nature of the test. The situation in Armenius was urgent. The Empire had to select their armorer quickly, and once selected, the preferred armorer had to act swiftly and produce the finest armor and weaponry for the Imperial army in Black Marsh. It wasn't just the best armorer they were looking for, it was the most efficient. Sakis had only begun steaming the half-inch strips of black virgin oak to bend into bands for the flanges of the armor joints when there was a knock at his door. His assistant Fandius ushered in the visitor. It was a tall reptilian of common markings, a dull green-fringed hood, bright black eyes, and a dull brown cloak. It was Hazadir, Kataria's preferred armorer. "I wanted to wish you the best of luck on the... Is that ebony?" It was indeed. Sakis had bought the finest quality ebony weave available in the Imperial City as soon as he heard of the competition, and had begun the process of smelting it. Normally it was a 6-month procedure refining the ore, but he hoped that a massive convection oven stoked by white flames born of magicka would shorten the operation to 3 days. Sakis proudly pointed out the other advancements in his armory. The acidic lime pools to sharpen the blade of the daikatana to an unimaginable degree of sharpness, the akaviri forge and tongs he would use to fold the ebony back and forth upon itself. Hazadir laughed. "Have you been to my armory? It's 2 tiny, smoke-filled rooms. The front is a shop. The back is filled with broken armor, some hammers, and a forge. That's it. That's your competition for the millions of gold pieces in Imperial commission. I'm sure the Empress has some reason to trust you to outfit her troops," said Sirolus Sakis kindly. He had, after all, seen the shop, and knew that what Hazadir said was true. It was a pathetic workshop in the slums, fit only for the lowliest of adventurers to get their iron daggers and cuirasses repaired. Sakis had decided to make the best quality, regardless of the inferiority of his rival. It was his way and how he became the best armorer in the Imperial City. Out of kindness, and more than a bit of pride, Sakis showed Hazadir how, by contrast, things should be done in a real professional armory. The Argonian acted as an apprentice to Sakis, helping him refine the ebony ore and to pound it and fold it when it cooled. Over the next several days they worked together to create a beautiful daikatana, with an edge honed sharp enough to trim a mosquito's eyebrows, enchanted with flames along its length by one of the Imperial battle mages, as well as a suit of armor of bound wood, leather, silver, and ebony to resist the winds of oblivion. On the day of the battle, Sakis, Hazadir, and Fandius finished polishing the armor, and brought in Raphalis Yule for the fitting. Hazadir left only then, realizing that Nandor Beraid would be at his shop shortly to be outfitted. The 2 warriors met before the Empress and Imperial Council in the arena, which had been flooded slightly to simulate the swampy conditions of Blackmarsh. From the moment Sakis saw Yule in his suit of heavy ebony and blazing daikatana, and Beraid in his collection of dusty, rusted lizard scales and spear from Hazadir's shop, he knew who would win, and he was right. The first blow from the daikatana lodged in Beraid's soft shield, as there was no metal trim to deflect it. Before Yule could pull his sword back, Beraid let go of the now flaming shield, still stuck on the sword, and poked at the joints of Yule's ebony armor with his spear. Yule finally retrieved his sword from the ruined shield and slashed at Beraid, but his light armor was scaled and dangled, and the attacks rolled off into the water, extinguishing the daikatana's flames. When Beraid struck at Yule's feet, he fell into the churned mud and was unable to move. The Empress, out of mercy, called a victor. Hazadir received the commission, and thanks to his knowledge of Argonian battle tactics and weaponry, and how best to combat them, he designed implements of war that brought down the insurrection in Armenius. Kataria won the respect of council, and even, grudgingly, that of Thane Minglemire. Sirolus Sakis went to Morrowind to learn what Hazadir learned there, and was never heard from again. And actually, you run into Sirolus Sakis in Morrowind, so that book is accurate. So we'll come back to Jorvaskr. I should point out that, as far as those market stalls went, where I was stealing things, you can't ever befriend Honoriath. Although you can ultimately befriend Freya Greymane and Carlotta Valentia, for whatever reason, it doesn't make the contents of their market stalls free to take, just their houses. So over here, we have a Shrine of Talos, and 4 lavenders. Note the massive dead tree here, that becomes important for a side quest. Let's stick with the Wind District for now, actually. So surrounding the base of that tree, there are, I think, 2 more lavender plants. Yes.
Don't
we
suppose you'd enchant
haven't seen this guard yet. So let's swipe his
sword.
steel
Dull
arrows.
old blade can barely cut buttons.
Let's go over here. This is House Greymane.
One, maybe 2
Oh.
good men. You won't starve. Aye, now that's some fine armor.
Oh, well, that's
Good
bizarre.
old-fashioned steel.
He's supposed to be talking to his wife, but we're just hearing
Trouble?
one side of the conversation. Anyway,
Don't think you can barter
here's
with me
House
like I'm one of those
Greymane.
damned shopkeepers.
got a novice lock. I just need to wait for these patrollers to clear out a little bit. Alright, let's unlock this door. Lock picking to 37. And we gain a level. Pretty cool. What level am I now? 28. Put the point in health and toward the perk. Let's head over here into their pasture. Got 3 searchable barrels. A 4th searchable barrel. And another door to their house. So let's unlock this one. Also just a novice lock. I think I'll make it a loop. So in this little central plaza, there are 2 more lavender plants. Actually, 4 more. My mistake. Let's head over to this. Oh, angling over to this wall, I find 2 more lavender plants. And the other stairway back down to the Plains District, fronted by a lavender. Let's look at this first house on the left. Carlotta Valentia's house. Novice lock. Pick that joker open. Check around behind her house. There's nothing here. There's nothing up on those walls either, so you don't have to worry about exploring there. Nothing up there either. Let's do these other little houses. Grab this lavender plant. We've already been behind them. Uthgerd's house. Novice lock. Let's pick it open. Alright. Next in line, we have Amron's house. Let's pick it open. Lockpick was just about out of juice. It's okay.
Ugh, can't a woman get a moment to herself?
Alright. Here's that central plaza again, so let's head up these stairs to the house of Clan Battleborn. Another novice lock. Let's get it open. Lockpicking increased to 38. Awesome. Let's go left around the house. 1 more lavender plant. Nice little patio they have here. And this back door, for whatever reason, never locks. I think it's a glitch. I think it's supposed to lock, but at least in my games, it never does. Now, these look oddly like tombstones, and indeed, this torched line passage leads down to the Hall of the Dead. It's always unlocked. This big building here, I think, is also always unlocked. This is the Temple of Kinnereth. Let's loop around behind it. Find 1 more lavender plant. Here's the other door. Yes, temple's always unlocked. Ah, here comes my boy Heimsker. Y'all motherfuckers need Talos.
Disrespect the law.
Basically what he says.
Me.
Alright, let's head up these stairs toward Dragon's Reach, also known as the Cloud District. There's a hanging moss along the way here. I think this pool of water's empty. Yeah, it is. There's another hanging moss there. The only good way to reach it is from above. You can just do that, drop into the water, and then make your way back. We've picked every lock, so I don't care that the sun's coming up. As we head up here, we will discover the Jarl's Palace, Dragon's Reach. There's some more guards up here. Just taking Dragon's Reach off my location list. Let's pick this guy's pocket. Steel arrows. That's fine, we got a boatload of arrows when I'm really ready to switch to archery in earnest. Let's explore either side first. There are more guards to pickpocket. Aha! 4 gold.
What do you need?
13 steel arrows. And a very pretty amulet of Akatosh. That raises pickpocket to 66. And it's also on my gear list. I needed 3 amulets of Akatosh. Now that number's down to 2. Here's a lavender plant. You'll notice another one stuffed in the corner up there. Let's grab it. As we make our way along this path, there's another lavender. And this is the gateway, or entrance, to the Dragon's Reach dungeon. We'll explore there in due time. Let's do the pool of water. Make that the way we go between places. Let's catch these salmon. Search this skeleton. 7 gold. A 4th salmon. And if I remember right, there are 8 Nordic barnacles in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can never convince him to actually grab it. 5. 6. 7. Maybe it's only 7. Because I don't see another one. Now what I don't know is whether this skeleton is susceptible to our treatment. Let's drag him out of the water and find out. There is that master vampire corpse down there, but as we learned outside the city, they're too powerful for Ray's zombie. This guy it might work on. Let's see. Because he's not dismembered. Yes, it works on intact skeletons. So cool. Got our sneak attack. Got our precious conjuration experience. And we reduced that skeleton to an ash pile. Let's explore this side of the castle, and then we'll be done with the streets. Carry weight's at 247, which makes this a decent time for an offload. There's one thing I want to do first. Get these 2 lavender plants. I don't think we're going to find anything else. Alright, that's it for Whiterun. As you can see, there are a lot of buildings we need to clear out. As I'm sure you can imagine, with all these people, we're gonna get a lot of things to do as well. I'm quickly popping into Dragon's Reach just to take care of my top priority. Although Irileth is going to hassle me, I don't mind. Let's pickpocket the guards so I don't forget.
Go fiddling with any locks around. We're going to have a real problem.
My lord, please. This is no
What's the
time for
meaning of
rash
this
action.
interruption?
I just
Jarl Balgrup is not receiving visitors.
I just
I have news from Helgen about the dragon
Who's this
attack.
then?
Well, that explains why the guards let you in. Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
I'm not going to do that, naturally. I am going to pickpocket his 2 guards, just because that's something I like to get done first. Get up there, Hoss. Let's put that wine on the table where it belongs, and knock over a jug while we're doing it. Okay,
Your hands to...
some steel arrows, yada yada. Let's go give the other guard the same treatment. What I want to do is buy spells from Farengar so I can start training up illusion, because it has spells I can just cast without being in battle. And I'm going to be in Whiterun a long time outside of battle, and that gives me something productive to do with my magicka. Oh, hello, Farengar.
Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing hostilities, like the rest of the Great Warriors?
Actually, there are 2 things I want to do. Let me get the enchanting tutorial quest done, just so we get credit for it. How do you enchant weapons and armor?
Ah, student of the craft. You'll need to start by learning an enchantment. Take an enchanted weapon or piece of armor, then use the arcane enchanter to learn its secrets. The item is destroyed in the process, so be wary. Once you know an enchantment, you'll need a filled soul gem and something to enchant. You'll use the arcane enchanter for that too. Of course, I have everything you need for sale if you have the coin. You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should...
Okay, so we got a miscellaneous quest objective to use the arcane
Mage's
enchanter.
College in Winterhold.
And that's all. Just get on the enchanter and that completes your enchanting tutorial. That's it for the 3 tutorial quests. A whole category of quests off the list. Now, what's more interesting is new spells. Court wizards. Every city, every major city has a court wizard. So there are 5 of them. Farengar's are first. They all sell a complete set of novice spells and a complete set of apprentice spells, so we'll be getting all of those. Additionally, if you have a high enough level in the relevant skill, they'll sell you adept spells from 1 school. For adept, you need to be level 40 in the skill, not level 40, skill rank 40. And for Farengar, it's destruction. So when you get destruction to 40, Farengar will sell you the adept destruction spells. That's it. To get anything above adept, you have to go to the College of Winterhold. But let's buy our complete set
spells and
of
incantations for those with the talent
novice
to guess.
and apprentice spells. Absolutely. So we've got Bound Battle Axe. I should have enough money to buy them all. Bound Sword. Calm. That's an illusion spell. Candlelight. That's alteration. I already have Clairvoyance. Conjure Familiar. Conjure Flame Atronach. Courage. Fast Healing. Fear. Fire Rune. Firebolt. Frost Rune. I already have Flames. I already have Frostbite. I already have Fury. I already have Healing. Healing Hands. Ice Spike. I already have Lesser Ward. Lightning Bolt. Lightning Rune. Mage Light, that's alteration. Muffle. Very useful illusion spell. I already have Oak Flesh, I already have Raise Zombie. Reanimate Corpse. Soul Trap. I already have Sparks. Steadfast Ward. Stone Flesh. And Turn Lesser Undead. Alright, let's talk about what all of these do, because they're important. And I figured out how I'm going to spend the rest of this video.
Is the best weapon you have.
So, let's go to these spell tomes. Bound Battle Axe. I think it's Apprentice Conjuration spell. Creates a magic battle axe for 120 seconds. Sheath it to dispel. Bound Sword. Creates a magic sword for 120 seconds. Sheath it to dispel. Calm. Creatures and people up to level 9 won't fight for 30 seconds. Candlelight. Creates a hovering light that lasts for 60 seconds. Conjure Familiar. Summons a familiar for 60 seconds wherever the caster is pointing. Conjure Flame Atronach. Summons a Flame Atronach for 60 seconds wherever the caster is pointing. Courage. Target won't flee for 60 seconds and get some extra health and stamina. Courage is something I can just idly cast on guards every time I have the magicka for it, and it'll raise illusion pretty quickly until illusion's high enough for me to cast Muffle, which is the real deal. Fast Healing. Heals the caster 50 points. Fear. Creatures and people up to level 9 flee from combat for 30 seconds. Fire Rune. Cast on a nearby surface, it explodes for 50 points of fire damage when enemies come near. Firebolt. A blast of fire that does 25 points of damage. Targets on fire take extra damage. Frost Rune. Cast on a nearby surface, it explodes for 50 points of frost damage when enemies come near. Healing Hands. Heals the target 10 points per second, but not undead, atronachs, or machines. Ice Spike. A spike of ice that does 25 points of frost damage to health and stamina. Lightning Bolt. A bolt of lightning that does 25 points of shock damage to health and half that to magicka. Lightning Rune. Cast on a nearby surface, it explodes for 50 points of shock damage when enemies come near. Mage Light. Ball of light that lasts 60 seconds and sticks where it strikes. Muffle. You move more quietly for 180 seconds. Now the great thing about Muffle is you don't need a target at all. You can cast it anywhere, anytime, for solid illusion experience. Reanimate Corpse. Reanimate a more powerful dead body to fight for you for 60 seconds. Soul Trap. If target dies within 60 seconds, fills a soul gem. This is huge. Suddenly, empty soul gems matter to us because we can use them to raise enchanting. Steadfast Ward. Increases armor rating by 60 points and negates up to 60 points of spell damage or effects. Stone Flesh improves the caster's armor rating by 60 points for 60 seconds. Turn Lesser Undead. Undead up to level 6 flee for 30 seconds. Neat, right? I thought so. Actually, I've been going for nearly an hour, so the streets of Whiterun, plus all our new spells, might be a good place to call this a video, but let's look through here now. I had Oak... See... Oh, I need to look at what I'm able to cast. So, Mage Light... The nice thing about it is you can cast it anywhere, like Muffle, but it gives you far less experience than Oak Flesh. So I'm gonna keep Oak Flesh favorited since I can't cast Stone Flesh, but I'll favorite Mage Light too. If I have 0 targets around until I'm able to cast Muffle, then I'll spam Mage Light instead. So I can't cast Calm yet. I can cast Courage, and I'm basically just going to spam it on guards. And you see Muffle costs 127 right now, so we can't cast it yet. Destruction. I can cast Firebolt, but when we're using destruction magic, Flames is by far the most magicka efficient spell in the game in terms of damage output. So even though I bought all those spells, I'm not really going to bother with them. Unless I happen to find a sweet ledge where I can just camp and wait for magic to regenerate and hit things with the longer range spells, but that doesn't warrant favoriting them. So look at Conjuration. I've been using Raise Zombie to get my Conjuration experience. I'm not locked into that anymore. Now I have more options. I might keep doing it, and we're close to being able to cast Reanimate Corpse, which will open up extra bodies to that, but we're going to start getting a very low natural progression from soul trapping enemies for our gems. The summons I don't really like, because they don't give you enough experiential bang for your buck. Necromancy is really good, and bound weapons are really good. Particularly bound sword, it's just terrific for the XP to cast ratio. So, what does all that mean? Well, I'm not going to favorite Reanimate Corpse yet, because I still can't cast it. But I am going to favorite Soul Trap and Bound Sword. As for Restoration, I'm not really interested in wards or turning, but I am going to favorite Healing Hands. For those missions where we're forced to have followers, this can be useful for keeping them from failing. And healing is much more efficient magicka-wise than fast healing is, so I'm not even going to bother favoriting fast healing. So, let's cast Courage on some guards.
Go cost your fancy magic.
Three casts, and Illusion went to 16. Not bad. Yeah, I think I'll call this a video for now, and then start tackling buildings. The good news, though, is that I don't
Fancy yourself an
have to go to
outfit, huh?
Riverwood
Never could get
in
the
order to
hang of that.
offload. Let me show you what I mean. 7:30, so the stores still aren't quite open, but we have a much wider variety of merchants available now that we're in Whiterun. Heimskir's a good courage target. Illusion 17.
Staying safe, I hope.
Let's see what good that did me, because I want to switch to Muffle as soon as possible. And cost has already dropped 2 points, 127 to 125. Now let's just do what we've been doing, albeit writ large. Got more pickpocketing to do. Fresh round of guards coming out of the barracks. Come on.
You have committed crimes
It
against
never,
Skyrim.
ever lets me do two at once.
You have committed
See?
crimes
This
against
is ridiculous. Come on.
by the order of the Jarl.
I have north of a 75% chance on both. Arrows off of that, bro. Okay, let's head into the Bannered Mare. Not formally, not to clear it, but just to sell off some food.
You got warm food, warm drinks, and warm...
Illusion to 18. Muffles down to 124.
I enjoy this work well enough, but I'm...
It won't
Drink for
keep
the
dropping
thirsty,
that fast.
Food for the hungry.
Well, we're going to have to raise it more than 24 more points, but still nice. Now let's sell off as much food as we can to her. Looks like that will be all the food. Not bad.
Need anything else?
Let's see, do I have any potions?
Just
I
let me
do.
know.
You look like someone. How about a friend?
Participate in a drinking contest with Sam Gwenvere. That is the start of a pretty funny Daedric quest that I'm not ready to do yet. I won't be ready to do it until I get to Markarth. Is it 8 o'clock yet? Not quite. Okay, well, let's head to the Drunken Huntsman then. Because that dude... no, I don't want to sell to him. Illusion to 19.
Good to have you by my side. I need reliable people around.
I want people who will sell me useful things back. And the Drunken Huntsman doesn't really have any of the crafting type stuff or
Let me know if
items
there's
off my
anything you
quest
like.
list I'm interested in.
You
So
look
here's
rather-
Arcadia.
Pardon me. Ah, so you're an alchemist then.
We can sell her our potion.
Come back anytime if you need a remedy.
I spend a lot of time at the market stall so I can learn the merchant's trade. I need more
Nothing
experience
of our
if I'm going to become an
struggles, our
innkeeper.
suffering.
Nothing.
What of my son? What of Thorold?
They There's nothing a Nord woman can't do if she puts her mind to it.
Your son chose his side, and he chose
We
poorly.
Nords
Now
are
he's
strong,
gone.
and we're
Shut
as tough
up,
as stone.
Isolde. I'm trying to
But I'll
listen to
never
them.
do
Accept it.
What is it?
I will never accept his death. My son still lives. I feel it in my heart.
Are you in trouble?
So tell me, Basil.
Is that why you're hiding like
where
that?
where are you holding my furrows?
Spices. Do you believe this old...
No elven spices, just some salt.
Holding
You're
him?
not.
I've got him in my cellar.
anything.
He's my prisoner.
prefer quality
Face it, Cal. Your stupid son is dead.
won't do it all.
He died a storm-cloaked traitor. And you
Smells
you best keep your mouth
Suit
shut before
yourself,
you
then.
suffer the same.
The woods are that.
Come on, Father. There's nothing more to be said here.
Sworn under honor over others. Have you met Mikhail?
Alright,
The most
Illusion to 21.
amazing bard I've ever heard.
Muffles down to 122. Let's go to Adrienne. Sell her any weapons and armor.
Cost your fancy magic someplace else.
Checking out that dead vampire.
Got some good pieces out here. If you take a look.
So we can sell her the battle axe, the 2 war axes, the helmet, the shield, the boots. What
Don't
else do I
forget to check-
have that I don't actually want? I have...
Inside the shop if you need it.
Namely, I'm seeing if I have any magical stuff to sell. Or if it's all just generic. Yeah, it's all just generic. So we'll go to the new general goods shop. This guy's just like Lucan. He has a pool of 750 gold and he'll buy and sell anything.
mercenary work?
Owning a farm does have its advantages.
Here we have Bellathor.
Got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have any questions. Don't everything. Take a look.
So he'll buy the wooden sword. That's nice. He'll buy vampire robes. He'll take the book. And he'll take this clutter. And that's it.
Do come back.
Let's go offload some stuff. Illusion's up to 22. Still can't cast Muffle, but that's alright. Alright. To Anissa's cabin. since there's nobody to cast Courage on, let's just spam Mage Light. Can't do it very much. That's okay. Alright, anything I would just sell is clearly stolen, so that would be all this jewelry, all this food, except I gotta hold on to my Honey Brew mead. I got a few things to drop off. And I got a few things to start carrying with me. In here we stick the bear pelt, the leather strips, and the divine amulets. The ingredients can all just go in this satchel. And I need to start carrying all these empty soul gems with me. And now here's my policy for soul gems. Anything under grand, I don't mind filling with anything, because the strength of your enchantment is irrelevant to the amount of experience you gain. So since I'm just using these for enchanting XP, I could have a petty soul gem inside a greater soul gem, and it won't really matter. Grands, however, because their filled ones are so hard to come by, it's important to me to get grand souls inside these empty grand soul gems. So these I need to be careful of and make sure I get grand souls to fill them with. Other than that, I think we're set. Did I get rid of everything? Except my empty soul gems, which are now worth carrying with me, because I finally know Soul Trap. Yes, we're good. So we've already got some stuff to do. Let's fast travel back to Whiterun. And it's been an hour, so I'll call it a video for now. But I think next time I'm going to focus on any house that I can't ever turn friendly to me and rob them. Yeah, that'll be my... Nope, don't want to do Mage Light. Let's switch back to Courage.
What's the magic?
And let's save and call it a video. This has been Let's Play Skyrim. Basically, we've just familiarized ourselves with Whiterun and learned a bunch of new spells and gotten a bunch of lockpicking experience. But we have cleared out the streets, which is something. Next time, we'll start tackling buildings and individual people. Until then, thank you very much for watching. Oh wait, I almost forgot. No, I'm not quite gonna end it yet. Because I'm saying to myself that I've finished off the streets, and point of fact, there are two people whose house is the streets. You know, normally I talk to people and pick their pockets at the same time I tackle their houses. Well, we got two people without houses. Let's deal with them. Brenowin's up first. He's got a single piece of gold, a jug of milk, a lockpick, pickpocket 67, awesome, and some mead. Now he also has 2 quests associated with him.
I ain't done nothing.
You
Let's
tried
talk to him
mercenary work?
first.
What?
It might suit you.
Why are you looking at me? That Heimsker's crazy. Him and his talk of Talos. We should just shut up. What are you staring at? Need something? What are you staring at?
Okay, Brenowin's 2 quests are the quest all beggars have. Just give him 1 gold piece. Here, have a gold piece.
Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart.
So that gives us the... That takes care of the quest all beggars have on Brenowin. Are you always drunk?
Only if I can help it. But damn if I ain't almost sober. Hey, in the Bannered Mare, there's this bottle of Argonian ale. The good stuff. Get it for me. They won't even know it's gone. Come on.
I'll bring you that ale, old man.
Argonian ale. I can almost taste it.
Are you always drunk?
Well, that all depends on you now, doesn't it?
I guess so. So we've got a miscellaneous objectives to steal the Argonian ale. Illusions at 24. Yeah, you can see the rate of decline on the muffle casting cost is leveling off already. It's pretty easy to get the Argonian ale. Just roll into this door. Roll into this door on the
If it's
left.
work you're looking for, Hulda's the one to talk to.
Wait till we're undetected. Snatch
There
it.
once was a hero named
Give the
Rattlesnake
Argonian ale to
who ran
Brenowyn.
into Whiterun.
Pretty easy.
Finest cuts, fresh from the wilds.
I ain't done nothing.
Here's that special ale you wanted.
Well, would you look at that? Argonian ale. My thanks, friend. Here, take this here healing potion. I found it in the temple.
Potion of vigorous healing added. Still thirsty?
Not anymore, thanks to you, friend. Sure.
Illusion increased to 25. Cool.
The finest cuts.
Alright,
fresh
well
from
we
the
can go
wilds.
sell that potion to Arcadia, so I'm gonna do that right quick. Why her door is locked during business
Looking to do
hours?
some hunting?
I don't
Avoid
know.
Brickenshin Pass. It's southeast.
Way too crowded to pick the lock out front though, so let's go through the back door. Sometimes places glitch like this, and you just have to reopen them. And it's business hours. Her store should be open. I don't know why her doors are locked. But it's unacceptable to me to leave this glitch, and you can fix it by trespassing and leaving and waiting for the hours to reset to their, you know, appropriate times.
You're not supposed to be in here.
Yeah, I know. She was even standing there. Well, in that case, I guess we'll just have to sell it to her. It's the only other person who'll buy potions.
Got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have any questions. Everything. Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
Incidentally, that completes another Whiterun miscellaneous quest. In the creation kit, it's labeled Argonian Ale Extraction. So that's done. That's nice. Now I have a few things I stole.
Do come back.
But what I need to do is, well, two things. I need to wait 8 hours so that my gift of charity wears off from donating to Bellathor, or to Brenowyn. Because anytime you give a beggar a coin, you receive a blessing called the Gift of Charity, which fortifies your speechcraft by 10 points for 8 hours. So now, 8 hours is over. I need to talk to Lucia, the little girl who lives out on the streets as well. We can't do everything with her yet. I mean, we can't adopt her until we have a house with a children's room added on. You probably remember you can't pickpocket children. I just need to find her. She's not in her hidey hole yet. And when she isn't, she typically likes to hang out around the Gilder Green.
Old friend,
There she is.
the great
Mister,
grand battle.
could you spare a coin?
Name I'm
Just 1 gold, please? I'm so hungry. Just 1 gold, please?
Of course. Here, have a gold piece.
Oh, thank you. Divines, bless your kind heart.
Okay, so that takes care of the quest all beggars have with Lucia. Why are you begging?
It's what Brennan said I should do. He's the only one that's been nice to me since Mama. Since she died. My aunt and uncle took over our farm and threw me out. Said I wasn't good for anything. I wound up here, but I don't know what to do. I miss her so much.
Now, it'd be cruel to get her hopes up, so I won't tell her I can adopt her until I actually can. I think I mentioned what you need is a house, and you need, like, an official house. You know, Anissa's cabin doesn't count. And you need to have built the children's bedroom add-on to that house. Then you can adopt 2 children, and it's actually pretty useful. There's a lot of dumb flavor with them, but the nice thing is they each get a chest that they periodically refill, you know, with stuff they find outside, and sometimes there can be really useful stuff in there. Lots of good alchemy ingredients show up that way, that kind of thing. Let's see, the jug of milk and the mead. The only other things we got from him were a lockpick and some gold, is that right? I'm asking like someone's gonna answer. Yes, that's right. Okay, now the streets are clear because we've dealt with their 2 inhabitants. Now I can say, this has been Let's Play Skyrim. We've cleared the streets of Whiterun, and when we come back next time, we'll start tackling buildings.
Come to chat with an old...
Until then, thank you all very much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Good day.